Alright, YouTube. This is me walking on the streets right now and I was thinking about the Aitchison college competition that I've participated in, and it was such a grateful event, and I really enjoyed it in terms of because I want first of all praise to be Allah, and He's the most providing and merciful. I want to talk about how I want to be thankful to the team, to the Mr. Nauran and Mr. Zain Abideen for making sure that the boat we had to build was absolutely like more than expected. It showed great result. It completed round one. I mean, not particularly in a way that I've hoped. Like it was below that circumstance, but I want to thank. Like, let's talk about the structure that they are built. I'm really proud of the circuitry I've designed and the code that was used and all the help with the teacher that I got to call him and he helped me out on there. Even my friend had a friend that helped me out, and so it was a collaboration between the team and tools provided by the Aitchison. And yeah, hold on, chat. Yeah, so it was all good. I just spotted my dad. So I want to thank. So it went all good, right? It went all phenomenal. We cleared round one. We made a goal to the other team. Now, first of all, I want to swear at all of you of what you have done wrong in the team here. All of the time, like I've told Mr. Zain a couple of times, that you have to write down the things of what your approach is gonna be. Like write down if you're gonna use the glue in the boat or you're gonna use the double tape, and make sure that every one of the team member gets to see that list of what your approach is, so we can agree and disagree. It saves a lot of time, because when you make an error in the boat, you have to repair it, instead of just, if he had like wrote it down, and I could have like in that written down thing with before the execution, I could have and we could have fixed it. But one was the major problem was we used double tape. It's a boat, so the tape adhesive doesn't last very long, you get it? So what you have to use is a proper glue. And there was like chunks of little pieces and modules that we have overlooked. I 100% believe that if we had planned it, we would have a better chance. And right now everything just went like, you do this, I don't know about this, let's just go with the flow, which is the wrong approach here. If you're in a competitive environment, so, as the video is progressing, the video should begin with the thankful mode, from the most providing to the least providing, and then comes the concerns that needs to be discussed, the things that always can be improved. This is what needs to be discussed. Let me cross the road again. Too loud, man. Alright, so I've discussed two concerns. One is about to make sure to write down if you're in a professional settings, and the second is like pay attention. I'm gonna tell you a fact. The person next to me from LGS, Lahore Grammar School, I asked him, and he said that he had a prior experience of 1 year in STEM, and the people that I was with had no experience in STEM whatsoever. And I had experience because I was doing the circuitry. I had an experience of like 3 days in the STEM lab. And yeah, I would do a YouTube post for how our product looked like, the boat. It looked all fine, and working. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you another story of what happened in there. So on the first day, we we actually I told the other two guys, you're gonna work on the structure, the physical stuff, and I'm gonna do the circuitry and the coding. They're gonna position the motors, they're gonna position the angles, the material that should be used, and they did all the thing. So on the first day we made a board. I made the circuitry. The code was pending for the second day. I did the circuitry. I was just using ChatGPT and googling things and using the GitHub repositories for the previous people that have built this kind of thing, and so I did the circuitry on the first day, and they did the physical part. The board was almost ready. On the second day, we found out that Aitchison have misplaced our board, the physical thing, not the circuitry that right. My circuitry had some pins bent, and that might be the reason our boards just stopped working without any reason. But on the second day, they told us that it's their fault and they can't do anything, but what they can offer is a person in return, not in return, a person that can help with our team so we can rebuild the thing. So one person is like allotted to us that can help in if any time called. And we didn't call him because we had a good relationship with our team, and we didn't feel that we need another individual to, so we have to make him understand of what we are trying to do and that kind of thing. And so on the second day we build the bolt again, and I do the coding, and in the last 5 to 10 minutes we test the board. So how it happened is, let's progress back to the second day. As the STEM round begins, I told the team that you're gonna do the physical structure, and they go to the pool. While I'm sitting in the STEM lab, they're going to the pool and testing out how the board floats and all that, do the physical testing. And by the time I've completed, in the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes, that's the time when the board coding is completed. At that time, funny it is that I did not had tested or seen the board physical structure in the pool. I didn't know. I was just from the first day I was just sitting in the chair doing the code and circuitry, and I had not seen the physical structure stand on or float on the water. I was just blind, right? And they didn't know that how a motor can move the board. So on the last 5 minutes, let's go back. On the last 30 minutes, the code isn't ready. The Bluetooth isn't connected to the Arduino SC304 module, and yeah, so that isn't connecting. The code isn't any tested. I didn't even test because the Bluetooth module isn't connected. I cannot control with my phone, so I don't know how. I've not programmed it to the selected pins and digital pins, and I do not know how can I how the it moves right, left, and up and down. I've in the last 30 minutes I've only connected the Arduino to the motor, only one motor, which every circuitry isn't attached to the board. That's the last 30 minutes. So it connects in the last 20 minutes. I code, I test, it works. So now I control all the 4 motors, and I am with lots of errors and testing, I make sure that all of the four things are working. 4 motors are working. As soon as they are working, I unplug from the computer, plug all the circuitry to the board, and we just ran towards the pole in the last 10 minutes. We ran towards the pole, and I don't know how the board physical structure works, and they don't know if any of the circuitry works. And we went to the pool, it is connected successfully, and I give the remote to the Zain, Mr. Zain, and voila, it all works fine. There is a little problem, like this little problem. If you can see my like this little problem, which is that if we tell it to go forward, it moves in circles. But if we tell it to go right, it goes forward, which really kind of like, because it's not up to me. I'm gonna complain directly, and this is on a factual level. I'm not even complaining. I want to say this is because of the proportionality and the angles and that and the inconsistency cuttings and design we had, and the balance and all of the variables that comes in classical physics. This is why the things weren't going as planned. But we kind of we recognize the pattern, and what we did is just we learned that if we make it go left, it goes up, and we just switch controls basically in our own human behavior, not in the code, because we didn't have it was like last 10 minutes. And yeah, that's it. We completed round 1. It all went good. But in the round 2, I also mentioned that because the pins were bent, and I believe the batteries weren't charged, or our structure was wet, or even a wire was broken somehow. Even if we were carrying with the boat and we were protecting it, the wire was broken somehow, and the Aitchison didn't let us like solder it together. I don't know why, because it's not a change in a boat, right? It's just a fix that has been done, not in between competition, but just between in rounds. You see, like it shouldn't have been in a rule. Another flaw in the Aitchison college was that, oh man, the lighting sucks. Another problem was that the rules weren't strict. People brought their own instruments and tools and even code before they even begin, and they had an unfair advantage, if you want to call that. But at the end of the day, winners are winners and losers are losers. Thank you all for your time. See you all on a better day.